And we'll welcome you back out to Mason Field. We head to the final game of the home season for Northeastern here in 2026. Now winners of 13 in a row are the Plainsmen after the 15-9 win in game number 1. They have a hold of second place in the Region 9 standings, regardless of what happens in this final game. But they're looking to put together another win as we go in. Our pregame show is brought to you on the Eastern Plains Sports Network by Northeastern Junior College. Northeastern Junior College, from Plains to Possibilities, has the educational path for you. Get your 2026-2027 education off on the right foot today by visiting njc.edu. Went back and looked. NJC softball has never finished a season with just 2 home losses. But NJC is in line with a win in this one to go 22-2 on the year. They went 19-3 the year we won the Region 9 softball championship here at Mason Field. So an opportunity to have the fewest losses at home in a season and already have the most wins at home in a season as we head into this, the final game. And we'll honor the sophomores following the game. We will not do that on 94.5 The Ranch, but we will do that on the live stream at NJC Athletics on YouTube. So definitely stick around for that as we'll celebrate all of them. The Plainsmen are coming out, and they are not making any changes as we head to this second game from what they would normally do in the second game. You'll still see Brooklyn McNeil as the starting pitcher. McNeil was not needed in relief, even though she threw in the pen in game number 1 today. And so she'll be in the circle and look to put together another win. She took the win in game 2 yesterday, going 4 innings in the circle. And NJC will also, as they come into this contest, make a small change back to Raina Roberts, the designated player. Madison Burt, 6 for 8 on the weekend as the designated player. But Raina Roberts, as a sophomore, she'll get the honor as the 9-hole hitter and the designated player. Tatiana Hunt moves behind the dish, and Marissa Reyes goes out to right field. And the hope for NJC is that they would be able to come out and get going offensively early so that you can get all the sophomores and everybody into this, the final home game, in front of all these parents that have made the trip out here this weekend. And I think the biggest key for NJC that they need to do in this contest is they need to find the early runs, because you're not going to be able to mess around and get down the way that they did every single game. And this is your final game here at home before you finish with 12 consecutive on the road. Next weekend in Trinidad, the weekend after at Southeast, and the weekend after that in Lamar. You can't be putting yourself down on the road and expect to come back the way you did in the home games, and you have a couple times in this home game. So you need to get out on the front foot early, regardless of what pitching world you see from Luna, because they now have used 2 of their 3 primary pitchers in this game with pitching in game number 1. Regardless of which arm is in the circle, regardless of how things change and how things work forward, you've got to give yourself that early edge. You've got to be able to find ways to plate runs and not leave runners out there, because that was one thing that did bother me in game number 1, was especially early in the game, there were a lot of runners left on that could have, it was a 2-run inning. It should have been a 3 or a 4-run inning, and I want to see NJC strike more as we get set to start our final game here in this series. The Northeastern Junior College Plainsmen lineup will read as such. Brought to you by Carpet Comfort Center, the largest selection of flooring in Northeast Colorado. It's the flooring you need, the professional installation you deserve. Stop by in the Broadway Plaza Shopping Center in Sterling. Brody Wilcoxon will be the leadoff batter in the shortstop position. Once again, Marissa Reyes will continue to hit 2-hole. She moves out to right field for game number 2 here today. Mikey Lama stays in center field and hits third. Kelsey Jercheski batting cleanup and in left field. And America Griffin, she moves over to third and will continue to hit fifth. Tatiana Hunt will drop back behind the dish as the catcher and be sixth. Addison Steele will be in the 7-hole now after hitting in the 8-hole the last 2 games. Ryan Mergelman, who hit 9 last game, moves up to 8, and designated player Raina Roberts will be the 9-hole hitter for the Plainswoman. Brooklyn McNeil in the circle. We're still awaiting the lineup from Luna, as the umpires have just stepped onto the field to examine the bats and get everything ready for this one, as Luna's trying to figure out finding one win in this series to close things off. That's definitely going to be their focus as they come into this final game and avoid going over on the road here at Mason Field in Sterling. So we'll have that when we come back, and first pitch coming up shortly as NJC softball gets ready to take on Luna. Final game of the weekend series here at Mason Field on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Back to Mason Field as we head toward first pitch on this Sunday afternoon. 77 degrees outside and a wind at 10 miles an hour out of the south as they finish up the home plate meeting. We gave you NJC's starting lineup before the start of our break. How about the Luna Rough Riders lineup, brought to you by Stubbs, exit 66A in Wiggins, off I-76. Stubbs will have you taken care of: gas, fresh cooked food from an actual kitchen, all your auto accessories. It will be Rayanne Chavez that is in the circle. She finished pitching game number 1. She is 4 innings of work on the weekend, 7 earned runs allowed, 12 hits, 3 strikeouts, and 1 walk. She will be the designated or the flex position player. Annalena Garcia will be the leadoff batter and the second baseman for Luna. Larissa Marina, the left fielder, will hit in the 2-hole. And Kia Renteria will be the third baseman and batting third. Mia Inseñas will hit fifth. Sherritt Larrabee, the catcher, will hit fifth. Inseñas is fourth. Jalen Boozer, 6-hole. Amanda McKinley, 7. Aubrey Hernandez, 8. And then Nevaeh Archuleta, the designated player, will bat 9th. Hernandez, the starting pitcher in game 1, is a shortstop here in game number 2. And Larrabee goes behind the dish for NJC, moving Renteria over to third base in this contest. As the Northeastern Junior College Plainswomen get set for this, the final game, as we noted in our pregame show, 21-2 on the year here at home. We've seen a lot of great success in this Plainswomen softball history, but no team has ever finished with just 2 home losses. As we get underway, 1:40 p.m. on this Sunday afternoon. And our first pitch is brought to you by Better Electric, covering all your electrical work, residential, commercial, agricultural. Better does matter, 970-521-1030. Annalena Garcia will be the leadoff batter, 6 for 10 on the weekend. She's scored 4 runs, drawn 1 walk. Brooklyn McNeil, who went 4 innings yesterday, will watch the first pitch away for ball number 1. McNeil for NJC garnered the win, 4 innings of work, 3 hits, no walks, no strikeouts. The 3 hits all came in the first inning against her of that run rule win. 1-0 pitch, tails across the zone, 1 ball and 1 strike. McNeil, rise ball up the ladder, 2 balls and 1 strike. McNeil along with Marissa Reyes are the 2 that combined for the first perfect game in NJC softball history earlier this year. As a part of this now 13-game winning streak, Garcia lines it off foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes. McNeil. The 2-2 dumps it low and away, 3-2. As noted yesterday, for her, no strikeouts and no walks. That's obviously a good effort. Somewhat surprising, though, she's been able to find strikeouts this year. Finds a walk on the 3-2 as she runs it high. That is just her 13th walk this season.
Larissa Marina.
So leadoff walk brings Larissa Marina to the plate. The left fielder, 4 for 7, pair of walks drawn, 2 runs scored this weekend. Takes first pitch by for strike number 1. Luna has scored first in each of the last 2 games in this series. 0-1, pitch in tight, 1 ball, 1 strike. McNeil. 1-1, ball lined out to left, gets down in front of Jercheski. So a single following the walk. Runners stand on first and second for Kaya Renteria. Renteria, 4 for 11 with a pair of runs batted in this weekend for the Luna Rough Riders. McNeil. Winds and fires, and Renteria watches it high for ball number 1. Plainswomen again dancing with danger. That was the name of the game for Reyes in the entire first game, as Luna ended up leaving a dozen runners on in a game that they scored 9. But they had a ton of base runners, and the first 2 on in the top of the first of this final game of the weekend series. McNeil delivers the pitch, pop up. infield fly rule as Steele overcamps and catches. Had she dropped that, the runners could have advanced at their own discretion, but the batter was out no matter. So that brings Mia Insenius to the plate for the Luna Rough Riders. Insenius has been able to get the job done as she fouls one back for strike number 1. 5 for 10 at the plate, 3 runs batted in this weekend. Very good defensively as well. Pitch delivered, lofting fly ball out to center. Mikey Lamas over makes the catch for the second out in the inning. So infield fly, lazy fly. Able to keep the runners at first and second is McNeil, and Charlotte Larrabee will come to the plate. The catcher in game 2 yesterday, 0 for 2 yesterday. Pair of fly balls to center and left. McNeil, first pitch to Larrabee, can't paint the inside corner for ball number 1. McNeil peers in, 1-0, winds and fires, finds the outside corner this time, 1 ball and 1 strike. Walks were a little bit of the name of the game and have kind of been that name this weekend, but not aggressively. Swing and a miss on the 1-1, 1-2, but Annalena Garcia drew a walk to kick things off here in this second game on this Sunday. McNeil, 1-2, wind fire. In tight, 2-2. The entire stadium felt that was strike 3. But the only opinion that matters is the man wearing blue. 2-2. Hopped in, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Would expect Garcia and Marina to be moving on this 3-2 offering to Larrabee. It's popped back foul, so we'll do it again. McNeil trying to keep that pitch count low. The thing that got Marissa Reyes early was 33 pitches in the first inning and 89 through the first 3. She ended up going complete game, but threw almost 150. 3-2, McNeil in tight, ball 4. So second walk of this top of the first inning. Loads the bases up for Jalen Boozer.
10, Jalen Boozer.
Boozer for the Rough Riders, 1 for 11 this weekend. The run batted in, a single out to left to plate a run in game 1 today. She will smoke one that direction, but foul for strike 1. McNeil, 0-1, winds and fires. Boozer, towering fly ball, foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Garcia at third, Marina at second, Larrabee at first. 2 walks and a single this inning. McNeil, 2 away, 0-2. High, ball 1. You know your offense is going to be able to keep it rolling. At least you hope your offense is going to be able to keep it rolling. Foul tip off the mask of Tatiana Hunt on the 1-2. It will stay 1-2. You are already picked up the hits on Ryan Chavez in the 6th, so knowing she's the starter here would be big. 1-2, pitch delivered up the ladder, 2-2. If you could keep Luna off the board and strike first in this final game of the series, looking to finish off a sweep. 2 balls, 2 strikes, swing and a miss. McNeil gets the strikeout and leaves them loaded. 0-0. Middle of 1, game 2 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Plainswomen softball are scoreless as we head to the bottom of inning number 1. Welcome you back to Mason Field, brought to you by Sterling Health Foods, still open and still in the business of your best health. They'll take care of you when you're sick or when you're just wanting to stay healthy year-round. South of Sterling, get that great rewards plan. The Plainswomen lead it off with Brody Wilcoxon, and she flies out. Quickly out to right field. 4-1 away. Wilcoxon now 6 for 11 on the weekend. Wilcoxon, Reyes, Lamas, Jercheski, Griffin, Hunt, Steele, Mergelman, Roberts, the batting 9 against Rayan Chavez, who's in the circle after finishing off game number 1 in the circle for Luna. Off-speed pitch tumbles high for ball number 1. Charlotte Larrabee behind the dish, Amanda McKinley at first, and Alina Garcia at second, and Kia Renteria at third. Aubrey Hernandez, the shortstop. Pitch delivered. Reyes pops it up, out to right. Catch again made by Insignias. Marina and Boozer are the left and center fielders. So quickly 2 away in the bottom of the first inning. To Mikey Lamas for the Northeastern Plainswomen. The center fielder after game 1 today, now 2 for 6. She's drawn 3 walks and scored 5 runs this weekend, and she waves at the first one she sees for strike 1. Chavez, hard-throwing righty, 0-1. Sails it off the plate, 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike, off the plate again, 2-1. You've got to get yourself a runner to try and do something, anything. Don't want to instill confidence in the opposition pitching. 2-1, pitch delivered, ground ball, finds its way out in the center field. Lamas, with the ground ball single, will afford Kelsey Jercheski an opportunity to hit. Jercheski 0 for 4 in the first game today, now 2 for 10 on the weekend, but was the hero in game 1 yesterday with the walk-off winner.
Number 3, Kelsey Jercheski.
Chavez first pitch, Jercheski up high for ball 1, watches it by. Make sure you're following along with the Eastern Plains Sports Network on our social media pages, the CBA award-winning social media page. The best use of digital and social media in the entire state of Colorado. We've got pictures and videos and so much more. Jercheski fly ball on the 1-1 pitch out to left. Does it. Scoreless through one between NJC and Luna. This is the Eastern Plains Sports Network.
Number 22, Amanda McKinley.
We head to inning number 2, 0-0 between NJC and Luna. Our second brought to you by Sydney Regional Medical Center. Don't let the injury keep you out of the game. SydneyRMC.com. Amanda McKinley, Aubrey Hernandez, Nevaeh Archuleta, the batting 9 for the Rough Riders, rounds out here as McKinley, who hit a homer in game number 1. First pitch she sees here in inning 2. Fly ball out to center field. Mikey Lamas pulls it in for out number 1.
Number 15.
Rough Riders loaded the bases in inning number 1, failed to play to run. NJC got a 2-out runner on, failed to play to run. It's the first time in this series that both sides failed to score in an inning. McNeil with the pitch, hammered back foul by Aubrey Hernandez for strike 1, the starting pitcher in game number 1, 1 for 4 at the plate this weekend with a pair of walks. Oh, 1, McNeil off the ladder, 1 ball, 1 strike. At Eastern Plains Sports Network is our social media handle on both Facebook and Instagram. You can see a lot of content there. We've got a lot of great stuff already there and throughout the year, but we got a lot of great stuff in the plans in the summer as well. Reliving some of our favorite games of the year where you'll have an opportunity to win Rockies tickets to go see a team that actually isn't bad right now. Which says something about them. 2-1 pitch high, 2 balls in, 2 strikes. They actually have players on that Rockies team that are useful in fantasy baseball. I haven't been able to say that in about 4 years. 2-2. Pitch delivered, pop up, out to left. Jercheski camps and catches, 2 away. Favorite moments of the year, pictures from all of our events, the video from our vantage point of yesterday's Jercheski walk-off, games that we'll be covering, and of course all of our unique podcasts as well as Nevaeh Archuleta steps in, and Archuleta watches the first pitch by for strike 1. Bleckatology each and every Tuesday, breaking down the state's high school track and field scene mostly, although we will have a lot of baseball look with a lot of big games this past week. Archuleta waves at the 0-1, 0-2. Top 2, scoreless game, game 4, weekend series. McNeil. 0-2 offering. Archuleta fly ball out to left, up, back, gone. Hot shot over the fence and out of the park for Nevaeh Archuleta. And the Luna Rough Riders have struck first for a 3rd consecutive game. A 2-out solo home run makes it 1-0 in favor of Luna. That's just the 2nd hit of the weekend for Nevaeh Archuleta, who's met at home plate. Both of her hits have driven in a run with the solo shot and then an RBI knock on her other one. That was a part of yesterday in the first inning of the 3 runs, or 3 hits and the 1 run. The 1 hit that she had there plated the run before NJC ran away and took the victory. So back to the top of the order, and Annalena Garcia, who walked in her first at-bat of the final game of the series. She takes first pitch, strike one, 0-1. McNeil sails it away, 1 ball and 1 strike. Rise balls tumbles off the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. That solo home run kind of quells a little bit of the momentum that you felt like that was there. A little bleeding single out to center field for Garcia finds its way down. So with 2 outs, a homer, then a single. We'll afford Larissa Marina, who had the only hit last inning, to step to the plate. Marina, part of the 3 left on. McNeil, first pitch on the inside corner for strike number 1 to Marina. Oh, 1. Pitch smoked foul, third base side. No balls, 2 strikes. Brooklyn 42 pitches in to her outing, so NJC pitching, hemorrhaging pitch count right now. Just 9 pitches for Luna in the bottom of the first inning. 0-2. Woo! Off the noggin of Marina. Lost in tight. Hit batsman first of the day. Runners on first and second to Kaya Renteria. Renteria popped up to second. Open stance in that right-handed batter's box. McNeil with the pitch. High fly ball. Foul territory. Right field side. It gets down for strike number 1. Solo home run has Luna on the board first. Our scoreboard brought to you by Coons Pump and Well Supply. Don't wait until the last minute. Solve your irrigation, well, and watering problems. 970-522-2035. McNeil. 0-1. Inside corner, called strike 2. I would expect to work away now for McNeil. Oh, 2. Rise ball high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One and 2. McNeil tumbled it into the upper edge of the zone. Backwards K. 2 more left on for Luna. NJC is able to dance out of danger mostly, except for the home run. They're down 1-0. Bottom of the second next on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Back for the bottom of inning number 2, NJC trailing Luna 1-0. Our bottom of the second brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance and Agent Melinda Hutt. Home Auto Life Farm and Ranch Insurance needs 970-526-0202. America Griffin leading things off for NJC. 6 for 10, a homer, 8 runs batted in, and 5 runs scored this weekend. She drew her first walk of the weekend series in Game 1 today. Griffin, Hunt, Steele. We're doing some field maintenance behind the bag at first. As Griffin will dig in. Plainsman, a 2-out knock, runner left on in the first inning, and the first pitch from Chavez is across for strike number 1 to Griffin. Griffin retired in her only plate appearance against Chavez this weekend. 0-1, hopped in, 1 ball and 1 strike. Griffin, Burt, Wilcoxon each have 6 hits through the first 3 games of this series. Mergelman has 5. Nobody else has more than 2 outside of that. As the 1-1 pitch off the plate goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. And Burt not in the lineup to start this final game. 2-1, in on the feet, 3-1 to America Griffin. And JC drew a ton of walks yesterday. Had their share in Game 1 today. 3-1, count goes full. Now 3-2 on the outside corner. 1-0 Luna, bottom of the second. Solo home run put them in front in the top part of this inning. Griffin hits a pop-up out to shallow right field. It gets down behind Garcia and in front of Enseñas. And that will be a pop-up single for Griffin's 7th hit of the ball game, or of the weekend, to Tatiana Hunt, who came through with a home run and 2 runs batted in the first game today. That home run, her only hit of the weekend. She is 1 for 7. She shows bunt, takes it. In for strike 1. Griffin moving to second. She's cut down. So that is worst case scenario for NJC. Bunt and run didn't work. No contact. Runner cut down. 1 away. Base is empty. 0-1 to Tati Hunt. The sophomore watches it off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. First time this weekend NJC's been caught stealing. They haven't been running an overt amount. Chavez 1-1, bouncer foul, third base side by Hunt, 1-2. Rough Riders led for the first 3 innings of Game 1. Hunt swings on the 1-2. She's down on strikes. 2 away in the bottom of inning number 2. So that brings up Addison Steele for the Northeastern Plainswomen.
Number 9, Addison Steele.
Pair of hits in the first game today with a run batted in and a run scored. She powers one but foul down the left field side for strike 1. Plainswomen winners of 13 in a row. Chavez delivers the pitch. Steele curves it foul again, 0-2. Second longest winning streak this season on the campus here in Sterling. I believe it is the 3rd longest winning streak in softball history. I think we won 20 in a row the year we won the title. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Steele down on strikes. Leadoff runner, cut down stealing, minimum faced. It's Luna 1, NJC 0, heading to the 3rd. on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Head to inning number 3. Luna leads the Plainswomen 1-0. A run on 3 hits, no errors, and 5 left on for the Rough Riders. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on for the Plainswomen. Third brought to you by Equitable Savings and Loan. Borrow your money, do your banking with people you know and people who know you. Equitable-savings.com. Mia and Senyas will lead things off, and Senyas, Larrabee, Boozer due up in this third inning. McNeil first pitch, and Senyas pop-up foul gets just over the fence. Nope. It was pulled in right at the fence by Mergelman.
Number 3, Charlotte Larrabee.
It must have been another ball that was bouncing around down in the Luna pen. Kind of screened by a light pole here from our vantage point. So one away on the pop-up. And Charlotte Larrabee will step in. Larrabee takes first pitch. 4 strike 1. One away, top 3. Brooklyn McNeil. 50th pitch of the game right here. 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. McNeil, like Reyes, pounding the zone. Reyes was better than 60% strike ratio. McNeil, 62%, as she runs high on the 0-2, 1-2. One-two offering, foul to the backstop. Will do it again. Plainswomen won the first game today, 15-9. Run ruled yesterday after walking off the first game, 4-3. So NJC has won this series against Luna. Swing and a miss on the 1-2, and that's 2 away in the top of inning number 3.
For the Rough Riders, number 10, Jalen Boozer.
They lost the series to McCook after winning the series against WNCC. And since that series loss to McCook, NJC has been on an absolute roll as Boozer takes the first pitch she sees and crushes it out to left. And a solo shot with 2 away in the top of the third inning has put Luna up 2-0 on the Plainswomen. NJC ran away with the series early against North Platte. Had to hold on in the final game of that series to take that sweep. And then 3 of the 4 earlier this week against Otero by way of run rule. You threw in the 2 with Northwest Kansas Tech as well. And NJC's definitely been comfortable with this stretch of consecutive wins as McKinley steps in the first pitch, 4 strike 1. Second, foul to the backstop, 0-2. Will that comfort translate to going on the road? Trinidad's been giving up a lot of runs in the last couple weekends, so you got to feel like your offense can keep it going. Can your pitching do it? High fly ball out to right field by McKinley on the 0-2. That's back. That's gone. Back-to-back solo shots for Luna in the top of the third, and the Rough Riders finally finding their power that was completely absent yesterday. Had the one home run earlier today, and now 3 home runs in this game off of Brooklyn McNeil, and it's now 3-0 Rough Riders.
For the Rough Riders, number 15,
Aubrey Hernandez will step in. Hernandez, she watches the first pitch by for strike number 1. 1 for 5 this weekend. She's drawn a pair of walks. 0-1, McNeil. Pitch grounded to third. It hops off the bag, and there's nothing America Griffin can do about it. She fielded it perfectly, except she was behind the bag, and it hopped the bag and caromed around. So an infield single for Aubrey Hernandez. 3 consecutive 2-out hits to Nevaeh Archuleta, who hit the solo home run last inning. She watches the first pitch by for strike 1. McNeil, even with a runner on, working quickly, chopped off foul by Archuleta, 0-2. Two away. McNeil in tight. Didn't go. Ball 1. One and 2. Ground ball to short. Wilcoxon across the diamond in time to end the inning. But 2 cross on a pair of solo home runs. Luna leads NJC 3-0, middle of 3 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Plainswomen trail the Rough Riders 3-0 in the final game of the weekend series, having already locked in the series. NJC trying to keep their winning streak alive. We head to the bottom of the third, and it will be Ryan Mergelman, Raina Roberts, and Brody Wilcoxon due up for NJC in the bottom of this third inning. Mergelman, our player of the game from game number 1 today. First pitch, she'll foul to the backstop for strike 1. Bottom of the third, brought to you by Culligan Water Softeners and Drinking Water Systems, available for rent, 970-427-8080. A 1 pitch, Mergelman, a little blip shot, finds its way out into center field. So Ryan Mergelman with another knock on the weekend. Mergelman for the Northeastern Plainswomen, now with that hit, is 6 for 8. And she's aboard for Raina Roberts, who began the series as the DP yesterday. Roberts washes the first pitch by low for ball number 1. I believe Roberts went 0 for 2 before getting lifted yesterday by Madison Burt. She'll hit a ground ball over to short. It is a slow ball to second, and the throw is fumbled away by Garcia. So Mergelman is safe on what will be a fielder's choice. And And it was slow rolling enough that you kind of felt like you had to rush the squeeze, and the E4 on Garcia will make Mergelman safe. Still nobody out. Bottom of inning number 3. Down 3-0 to Brody Wilcoxon. Wilcoxon flew out on the first pitch of the game. She is 6 for 11 with a homer and 7 batted in this weekend. She pings one out to right field. It bangs off the fence. Mergelman home. To third goes Roberts. Into second goes Wilcoxon. An RBI double puts the Plainswoman on the board for the first time in the final game of this series. That now gives her 8 runs batted in on the weekend.
Up to bat, number 1,
Marissa Reyes. Reyes, the winning pitcher from game 1. She pings one back up the middle. It's an RBI knock to make it 3-2. She is now 2 for 14 on the weekend. And for Reyes, that is her first run batted in. And Mikey Lamas will be at the plate. She had the 2-out knock in inning number 1. And has runners on the corners with a visit in the circle by the entire infield, still with nobody out. So NJC gives up the solo shot last inning, the 2 in the top part of this inning, and now their offense has sprung to life. Mikey Lamas.
Up to bat, number 2, Michaela Lamas.
3 for 7 on the weekend. Lamas has also drawn a trio of walks across this 3-game series. Very good defensively as well. First pitch, she watches up and away for ball number 1 from Rayanne Chavez. One and 0. Can't hold back on the swing. That poured through the zone anyway. 1 ball and 1 strike. Chavez, 1-1 rise ball, stays high, 2 balls and a strike. Reyes stole second. Two and 1. Low and in, 3-1. Nobody out, bottom 3, already 2 across. Chavez delivers the pitch at the knees and takes the count to full to Lamas. Second full count of the ball game. America Griffin singled on doubled on her full count. Ground ball over to third. The play home is in time to cut down Brody Wilcoxon. So fielder's choice for Lamas. On the ground ball to third. Wilcoxon sprinting home. 5-2 on the putout. Runners stand on the corners 1 away. You had to take a chance to try and get that run. This is early enough in the game that you hope for a missed throw or whatever the case may be. Kelsey Jercheski looking for something, anything. She's 0 for 5 today. After going 0 for 4 in the first game of the doubleheader. And we have an issue with the bag at first now, trying to get it pounded back down. That dual bag over at first to prevent the ankle situations and whatnot with the sprint down. Looks like maybe it just kind of got popped up on one of the rundowns, so we'll get to hear Kelsey Jercheski's walk up a little bit longer. With the 0 for 4 game 1 and then the 0 for 1 today, she's now 2 for 11 on the weekend. NJC down 3-2. Trying to equal or potentially take a lead. Looks Looks like maybe there's some dirt down in the receiver where you would have the bag come in, or is I think the long piece that goes down into the receiver is what is maybe been dislodged a little bit. You now have Coach Gertner and the head coach for Luna and the umpire all working on the bag down at first. I don't know if pumping it up would work. Maybe. Now Coach Jenny Smock is going to come over. She'd spent plenty of time on this field. See if you can't work on that bag over at first. I am not the handiest of men, so I am not one that can really describe what maybe they are dealing with there. I would imagine there's probably another bag somewhere that they could potentially try and get put into the ground. Oh, there's a screwdriver involved now. Coach Smock says, no, we don't need the screwdriver. We would prefer to have another bag or something else we can work on here. The question as to what is being run out by Raina Roberts over there right now is, what is a Phillips head or a flathead screwdriver? I'm not sure which one they're trying to utilize to fix the bag at first. We have dove so far down the rabbit hole, we found the rabbit. His name is Peter, and he doesn't have a clue what's going on either. Bottom of inning number 3, 3-2. NJC trailing Luna. We won't have any NJC athletics on our airwaves until probably the 24th of April. I think we're going to make the trip down to Lamar with baseball on that Friday as we see the Plainsman baseball team now tied for first inside Region 9 play. McCook won all 4 this weekend against Trinidad, so they have equaled NJC, who took 3 of 4 from Luna on the series Thursday, Friday this week. Plainsman baseball headed to La Junta Friday, Saturday this upcoming week, and headed the softball team to Trinidad Saturday, Sunday. I have 4-H projects that need done this weekend, so I'm not making any road trips. I'm going to go play in the dirt in my front yard and get our home garden planted, because it's nice enough to do that at this point in the season. Ooh, Mission Impossible. Somebody needs to get Tom Cruise out here. The delay here in the bottom of the 3rd inning is the dual bag at first that got dislodged on the run to first by Mikey Lamas on what ended up being the fielder's choice. And it looks to me like maybe the piece has been cracked or something of that regard. We've tried a screwdriver. We've now found just an additional bag, the extra base, so it doesn't look like we will have the 2-bag, the white bag, orange bag situation. Mikey Lamas is now taken to trying to fix the bag at first. And we get the screwdriver again from on deck, or at the plate batter, Kelsey Jurcheski, who eventually will get to hit whenever the base is fixed. We now have 3 options of bases to try and find one that will afford us the opportunity to continue play here on this Sunday at Mason Field. Fortunately, it's not windy and cold and nasty outside. We are just here to enjoy the great day and the last little bit of this home season for the Plainswomen. At the conclusion of this game, we'll be celebrating the sophomores on this team: Bianca Tyan, Elise Sissick, Hallie Waldron, Ryan Mergelman, Raina Roberts, Addison Steele, Maddie Klein, Kelsey Jercheski, Mikey Lamas, Tatiana Hunt. They're all playing their final game here at Mason Field, and we've got the bag fixed now. It's just back to the single bag at first. So no dual bag at first after that long foray into mechanical work. And Jercheski steps up with one away. Taking off for second is Lamas. She gets there safely. Backside steal, Reyes swipes home, and we are tied at 3. So we get a stolen base of second and a stolen base of home, and we're deadlocked at 3. And Jercheski, 1-0 on the count. She will rip one down to third. The throw across the diamond is in time to get Jercheski. Then back across, McKinley whips it wide of the bag at third, covered by Hernandez. And the error will allow the Plainswomen to take a 4-3 lead. So that's a 5-3 ground out. Runner goes to third, advanced by the batter, and comes home on the E3. Second error of the inning, and America Griffin bases empty, 2 away. Watches the first pitch up and away for ball 1. Chavez, 1-0. Griffin hammers it foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. The adaptation of the Ludacris song, Move Coach, Get Out the Way. Probably cannot use the actual words of that song and still have playing time on this team. I can't use those actual words and stay employed on the radio. 1-1, pitch delivered. Griffin watches strike 2 by. Griffin up and away, 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's not much doubt in my mind she's going to be our Plainswoman of the weekend. 7 for 11, a home run, 8 batted in, 5 runs scored. She pops one up, first base side, near the bag that was ultimately repaired, and the catch is made to end the inning. But NJC, with bag repair and all, is able to take the lead as we head to inning number 4. It's NJC 4, Luna 3. This is the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Back at Mason Field, we head to the 4th, 4-3 NJC with the advantage over Luna, looking for the series sweep. Back in the circle, Brooklyn McNeil in the top of the Luna order. As we head to the 4th, Annalena Garcia, Larissa Marina, and Kaya Renteria. Garcia takes the first pitch high for ball 1. 4th brought to you by Rudy's Tires, several locations across the area, always one close by. Rudy'sTires.com for more. Garcia lifts the 0-1 pitch out to center field. Mikey Lamas over, makes the catch for out number 1.
Up to bat for the Rough Riders, number 0.
That brings up Larissa Marina, the left fielder. Marina single and hit by a pitch in this ball game. First pitch from McNeil to Marina off the plate for ball one. McNeil, 1-0, pop back foul, 1 ball and 1 strike. 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors, 1 left on for NJC, 3 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors, 6 left aboard for Luna. They left a dozen in game 1 today. 1-1 pitch, pop up. Onto the stands, foul, 1-2. McNeil, 68 pitches now into the game. Ran Chavez, just 41 for Luna. 1-2. Wine fire, high, 2-2. McNeil, check swing. Didn't break the plane of the plate. Count goes full. Three-two pitch. Marina pops it up. Foul territory. Griffin toward her dugout, and it gets just onto the roof. Foul, and will stay full. Payoff pitch once again. Ball popped up Marina. This time it gets over the fence even further, foul, and we'll do it a third time at 3-2. Three-two offering, smoked fair down the third base line. Griffin tried to stab it off and couldn't get there. It's a double for the Luna Rough Riders with 1 away. And Marina, her third time aboard in this game. She stands in scoring position for Kaya Renteria. Renteria has flown out and struck out in this game. McNeil, first pitch. Renteria hits a fly ball out to left. Jurcheski back, makes the catch on the track. She'll launch it back in, but not in time to get Marina, who moves second to third on the second out in this top of the fourth.
Up for the Rough Riders, number 1, Mia Insanias.
And Insanias will come to the plate for the Rough Riders. Chance to tie the ball game. She's 0 for 2 in this one, but has had a very good weekend as she watches the first pitch by low for ball 1. 5 for 12, 3 runs batted in for the right fielder. One-0, danced onto the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. McNeil, 1-1, popped up, foul, over the top of us, 1-2. McNeil, the 1-2. High fly ball, left center field. Lamas at the track, can't pull it in. Had it in her glove, and it kicked out of her glove, and we are tied at 4.
Up for the Rough Riders, number 3, Charlotte Larrabee.
Again, she had to make a long run to get there, but I think she should have made that play. I got to go E8 on that. And it's now a 4-4 ball game. As I noted earlier in the game, as Charlotte Larrabee, the catcher, steps in, she takes first pitch for strike one. If you've got to take multiple steps, especially at full sprint, I'm going to give you some leniency there, but that was in her glove and then out of her glove. 0-1 waved at by Larrabee, 0-2, so I have to go error. First error of the ball game for NJC. 8th error of the weekend. They had 6 of them in game 1 yesterday. 0-2 called, strike 3 inside corner. Ball game tied on a fly ball dropped. It's 4-4, middle of 4 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. We welcome you back to Mason Field as we head to inning number 4 and the Plainswomen's half. It's brought to you by Buckeye Welding Supply. You've got questions, they've got answers, and the supplies to 330 South 11th Avenue in Sterling. 4-4 our score, and it will be Tatiana Hunt, Addison Steele, Ryan Mergelman due up as we head to this 4th inning. There appears to have been some sort of change for Luna. Rayanne Chavez is still pitching. Infield still the same. Outfield appears the same. Senius out in right. That's Boozer in center, Marina in left. They did make a change late yesterday at second base, but that's not been the case here today. So something denoted in the lineup that we don't know what it is. And Tatiana Hunt will lead it off, having struck out in her first at-bat in this game against Chavez. Chavez sails the first one off the plate. 4-1. 1-0, hopped in, 2 balls and no strikes. Chavez now have to wait for Hunt to retie her shoe after she took her time getting back into the circle. 2-0 offering, pours it across the zone for strike 1. Two 1 pitch, Hunt pops it back off the fence post foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two pitch, Hunt rolls it foul, third base side. Two offering, ball grounded through for Tatiana Hunt. She comes up with the single to lead it off in the bottom of inning number 4, tied at 4. And Addison Steele, a strikeout in her first at-bat, will get a crack at the dish. A lot of different things you can do here if you're Steele. We've already seen her this weekend sacrifice to advance runner. Wouldn't surprise me if she does that here, and she does. Drops the bunt back down toward the mound and legs it out for an infield single. That took a hop that skewered toward first and added an extra 2 steps to the play for Chavez, and Steele enough speed to be able to get to first. Now, Coach Gertner comes popping over. He is going to run for Addison Steele here. You do have the re-entry option, so bring in Elise Sissick here to run at first for Addison Steele, putting Hunt at second, Sissick at first, and a visit into the circle in a 4-4 ball game. Each team has 7 hits. NJC hasn't had near the offensive opportunities that Luna has. Luna has left 7 on the base paths. And Ryan Mergelman will step in after the visit to the circle with 2 on, one of which is in scoring position. Mergelman, our player of the game from game 1. She's scored a run in this one,
number 13,
going 1 for 1, so she is 6 for 8, 5 batted in, 5 runs scored on the weekend. Chavez after the visit. First pitch to Mergelman, home run swing, strike 1 contact. Ryan Chavez with the pitch off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike to Mergelman. Like Madison Burt, largely grasping onto that DP spot with her hitting effort. Mergelman, who squares to bunt, drops one down toward the mound or toward the circle. Can't get it to first in time, and then the throwing error is going to allow Hunt and Sissick to score. To third goes Mergelman, and NJC has a 6-4 lead on the air. So it's another bunt single that took a funky hop, and 2 runners come home on what will be an E1. And down to third goes Mergelman. So the third error of the game for Luna, and Raina Roberts, who reached on a fielder's choice, will step in. The DP watches the first pitch by away for ball 1. Put the ball in play, see what you can do with it. That's got to be the mindset for NJC. Chavez with the pitch. Roberts lifts the ball out to center field. Should be deep enough to get Mergelman home. She tags and advances on the sac fly for the first out of the inning. F8 on that putout, and NJC now leads 7-4.
At bat, number 15, Brody Wilcoxon.
So back to the top of the order, and Brody Wilcoxon, who takes the first pitch for a strike. 1 away, bottom 4, already 3 across in this 4th. 0-1. Pitch fouled off herself in the box, 0-2. Wilcoxon, a double and a run batted in this game. 7 for 12, 8 runs batted in on the weekend series. She will roll one that finds its way out to left field and keeps things rolling in this bottom of the 4th inning. To Marissa Reyes. Reyes 1 for 2. An RBI single her last time up. That was her first run batted in of the weekend. 3 for 14 as she watches the first pitch outside for ball one. 2-0 in the circle. Complete game 146 pitch effort to win game one today. 1-0 offering. Lines one out to left. It is pulled in by Marina at the track for the second out of the inning. Boy, that was a beautifully struck ball and had to be played perfectly by Marina. Found the second out in the bottom of the fourth.
Up to bat, number 2, Michaela Lamas.
That brings up Mikey Lamas, single and a fielder's choice. To her credit in this game, she takes first pitch for strike one. She has scored a run in this game, giving her 6 scored on the weekend. High goes the 0-1, 1 ball and 1 strike. Ryan Chavez winds and fires in on the feet of Lamas, 2-1. Chavez, 61 pitches into this game, more than 100 pitches into the day as she closed out game one today. 2-1 up and away, 3-1. 3 across in this fourth. NJC was down 3-0 heading to the bottom of the third, and their offense has come back to life. 3-1 pitch, knocked back foul by Lamas. Count goes full. 2 outs, bottom 4. Lamas, the 7th batter to the plate this inning. 3-2. Cue shot over to second. The throw to first is in time to get Lamas, but NJC plates 3. They lead 7-4 as we head to inning number 5 on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Back to Mason Field we come as we head to the 5th.
Number 10, Jalen Boozer.
7-4 NJC with a lead over the Luna Rough Riders. It will be Jalen Boozer, Amanda McKinley, Aubrey Hernandez due up in this 5th. Brought to you by Agricultural Accounting. You're a producer, not an accountant. They'll plow through your paperwork so you can do what you're good at. Visit eggman.co and set up your consultation today. Boozer, a solo shot back as a part of the 2-run third inning for Luna. Hammers back foul, the first one she sees for strike number 1. Brooklyn McNeil, 81 pitches through the first 4. 0-1. Boozer around on it, out to left. Jurcheski over into foul territory, makes the catch for out number 1. You've now got yourself on the front side if you're in JC, so don't mess around and put traffic back out there, even though McNeil's pitched well out of it today. McKinley hit one of the 2 home runs back in the third. 2 home runs on the weekend for her, 11 on the season. She waves at the first one, 0-1. She'll line off foul, the 0-1. Count goes to 0-2. Rough Riders still have to see McCook, I'm pretty sure. 0-2, check swing. Did she go? Yeah, she did. Tag her out, strike three, as she offered, breaking the plane of the plate on her check swing, and that's two away in the top of the fifth. Fifth strikeout of the game for Brooklyn McNeil after not striking anybody out yesterday. McNeil, first pitch waved out by Aubrey Hernandez for strike one. Hernandez, a infield single. Her one at-bat in this game has flown out as well. 1-0 up the ladder, or 0-1 up the ladder, 1-1. McNeil with the 1-1, waved out by Hernandez, 1-2. Could she get the side in order in the top of the fifth? Allow the bats to try and keep it going? 1 ball, 2 strikes. McNeil, pop up to short. Wilcoxon with the catch. That's that. 1, 2, 3, we go through the top of the fifth. See if the Plainsville Bats can keep it going next on the Eastern Plains Sports Network, up 7-4. Pitching change for the Luna Rough Riders as we come back for the bottom of inning number 5. Rayanne Chavez is lifted after 4 innings of work for the Luna Rough Riders. Our pitching change brought to you by Bank of Colorado. Apply for the loan you need for your dream home fully online. Bank of Colorado, member FDIC. 64 pitches, 6 of the 7 runs allowed earned. No walks, 9 hits, 2 strikeouts for her. And Kaya Renteria, who started and took the loss in Game 2 yesterday, will step into the circle. She began the game at third base. Now at third base is the designated player, Nevaeh Archuleta, for the Rough Riders. So they no longer have a designated player. Kelsey Jercheski, America Griffin, Tatiana Hunt will step in to tangle with Renteria. Yesterday, 2 innings of work. Faced 20 batters, gave up 9 earned runs, 12 total runs, 1 strikeout, 11 hits, and 1 walk. She hit a batter as well. Kelsey Jercheski, 0 for 2 in this game, 0 for 6 on this Sunday. First pitch from Renteria, loads high for ball 1. Renteria's got a different delivery than either of the other arms we've seen this weekend for the Rough Riders. Can imagine it's probably a little hard to pick up where she's delivering from, as it's very tight and over the top. Spins it in tight. 2 balls and no strikes. Two 2-0. Renteria pitch, swing, and a miss for Jercheski. 2-1. So that strike, that was an illegal pitch from Renteria, make it 3-0 now, I believe. Into the upper edge it goes, 3-1. The field umpire, I think she left her foot on that delivery, like that back foot. She hopped toward the plate. Did Renteria. That's why it was ball 3 instead of strike 1. Now 3-1. Up ball 4. So that was the case. An illegal pitch called a ball. And Jercheski finds her way on for the first time on this Sunday to America Griffin. Griffin 1 for 2 in this game.
At bat, number
7
12,
for 12,
America
a homer
Griffin.
and 8 batted in on the weekend with 5 runs scored. She's drawn a walk. Breaking Jercheski, slamming on the brakes and retreating back on ball 1 to Griffin. Brody Wilcoxon, another big weekend. She's also got 8 runs batted in and a home run. Madison Burt played in 3 of the 4. She has 6 hits as well. Those 3 have been very, very good. In tight goes the 1-0, 2-0. I think the thing that sets America Griffin apart for me is our Plainswoman of the Weekend, brought to you by Premier Farm Credit. Eastern Colorado's Away Alive, PremierACA.com. It's her work behind the dish. She didn't have a pass ball this weekend in her 2 times behind the plate. Ball rolled in. Jercheski takes off for second. 3-0, and Jercheski gets a stolen base. So she stands in scoring position. And I go back to that top 7, 3-3 ball game yesterday. Runner at second, 1 away. Griffin back-picked the runner at second and afforded Jercheski the opportunity to hit the walk-off double in the bottom of the 7th inning. Griffin turns it off foul. 3-1. Especially when you consider she caught Marissa Reyes, who was battling a finger issue in both starts this weekend. She had to be very careful with how she worked with the erratic command of Reyes. I think she's done all of her pieces as she takes a 3-1 low, ball 4. So she draws the walk, nobody out. 7-4 NJC lead, and the Plainswomen, I believe, will run for America Griffin here. Tenila Kernett will come in, adding more speed. Not that America Griffin isn't capable of running, right? She's shown it. But you need that extra speed in a ball game. You're up 3. You plate 5 in this bottom of the inning. We're done early. Tatiana Hunt with a single. Nobody out. Bottom 5. 7-4 NJC. Hunt, a ground ball single her last time up. Home run swing. Strike 1 contact. Hunt now 2 for 9 on the weekend. She's scored 5 runs. She's driven in 2. She shows bunt, pops it up. First base side, and it bounds down foul. 0-2. If you're NJC, scored 4 in the 3rd, 3 in the 4th. Get a couple more here. Really put the pressure on Luna to try and find some way to get you. You're the hottest team inside the region at 13 consecutive wins right now. 0-2 pitch. Hunt hammers it back foul. Count remains 0-2. Renteria, first inning of work. 0-2, Hunt hits a fly ball out to left field, trailing over and making the catch, Marina. For out number 1, runners will tag and advance and be able to get to second and third on the fly ball. So positive out on the first out of the inning, and to the plate comes Addison Steele. Steele dropped down a bunt single and scored a run last inning. Struck out back in inning number 2.
At bat number 9, Addison Steele.
Let's see if Steele can come through. She hammers back foul. The first one she sees for strike one. Steele 4 for 8 on the weekend. A run batted in and a pair of runs scored. Had a little trouble defensively early yesterday, but that has settled. 0-1. Renteria with a pitch. Steele bunts it back foul. 0-2. So went swinging away, then tried to drop bunt down. Got the late charge from now first baseman Annalise Flores, who was also part of the pitching change in the inning. McKinley out. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Steele down for the second out in the bottom of the fifth inning. That puts it on the shoulders of Ryan Mergelman, who's 2 for 2 in this game. Mergelman scored a pair of runs. Now 7 for 9 on the weekend. 5 runs batted in and 6 runs scored. First pitch, she will loft it foul right field side for strike number 1. Kelsey Jercheski at third, to Nyla Kernet at second, 7 for NJC, 2 away, bottom 5. They've succeeded in plating runs with 2 outs several times across this Sunday doubleheader alone. 0-2, Mergelman, fly ball out to center. Plainsman held off the board on the F8 putout. They lead by 3, though, as we head to the 6th. 7 for NJC over Luna on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Top of inning number 6 we go. NJC 7, Luna 4. It will be Nevaeh Archuleta, Annalena Garcia, and Larissa Marina due up in this 6th, which is brought to you by Platte River Tires. For over 25 years, they've supported our area athletes and kept our community moving. On Chestnut Street in Sterling, just look for the big purple sign. First pitch from Brooklyn McNeil to Nevaeh Archuleta, who owns a solo home run in this game. She watches it by for strike 1. 4 runs, 7 hits, 3 errors, 7 left on for Luna. 7 runs, 9 hits, an error, and 4 left on for NJC. Archuleta drives one deep just past the glove of Wilcoxon at short, and a single to kick off the top of inning number 6 for Luna. Puts a runner aboard.
Number 8, Gabrielle Escontreras.
And we will have a pinch hit. Annalena Garcia will be hit for. Maybe that was another defensive change. Gabriela Escalinas, her first at-bat of the weekend. She watches the first pitch by for strike number 1. Escalinas for the Rough Riders this year, 442 on the average, 19 for 43, 12 runs batted in. She takes the 0-1 in tight, 1 ball and 1 strike. McNeil gets a high chase, 1-2, with nobody out in the top of the 6th. We saw McKinley replaced at first, and I wonder if Escontrias wasn't also a replace at second, and I just didn't note because 6 and 8 look the same from our distance off the field. Two and two. Pitch popped up by Escorinas. Foul. Out of play. Count remains 2-2. 7-4 lead. NJC looking for their 14th consecutive win and the best ever record at home. They already have the most wins at home in a single season for a Plainsman softball team with 21. They're 21-2 right now. The year we won the title in 2023 as we get a foul tip-off. NJC won, I believe it was 19-3 at home that year. So if the Plainsmen can finish this off, that would be the best record at home ever. It's already going to be the best winning percentage record. 2-2 offering. Escorinas watches it by from McNeil, 3-2. We've seen a lot of history made this year by various teams on campus. 3-2 pitch. Escorinas will line it out to center field. So, pair of leadoff singles in this top of the sixth brings the tying run to the plate for the Luna Rough Riders in the form of Larissa Marina. Marina on the weekend, 6 for 9, 3 runs scored, 2 walks drawn. She's stolen a base and will have a visit into the circle for the Northeastern Plainsmen. We saw the volleyball team finish 3rd in the nation. That's the best ever finish we had here on campus this year. 30 consecutive wins. That's the most ever. Saw a couple different top 10, top 5 all-time career performances and single season performances there. Wrestling team qualified 7 individuals for nationals. That's the most, I think, since 2018. I think that's when we qualified 9 out of the 10. Basketball team increased the use of blood pressure medication in Logan County for everybody. Men's basketball hosted the Region 9 tournament. Larissa Marina, after the visit to the circle, watches the first pitch low for ball 1. Daniela Garcia-Gasco from women's basketball. Second most rebounds all time, second most blocks all time. Bunt dropped foul, 1 ball, 1 strike. Baseball's already got the most home runs in a single season. They're at 87 now after uncorking 13 down in New Mexico this weekend. And oh yeah, they had 3 consecutive walk-off wins in that Southeast Series to add to the blood pressure medication. That's why I've had to see so dang many doctors in the last month and a half. 1-1, pitch off the plate, 2 balls and 1 strike. At least I can blame them. The real reason is Ben didn't go see a doctor for 2 decades. McNeil, 2-1, bounded off foul by Marina. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Top 6, 7-4 Plainsmen, but nobody out. 2 on for Luna. Marina awaits the 2-2 that's off the plate from McNeil. 3-2. 105 pitches for her. We saw the 146 pitch complete game effort from Marissa Reyes in our first one today. 3-2. Pitch hammered to the backstop foul. We'll do it again. McNeil, payoff for a second time. Hammered by Marina. Out to left. Jurcheski over toward the corner, makes the catch, guns it in, and forces a quick retreat for Archuleta. Great throw back in following the F7 put out by Jercheski to keep the runners at first and second to the now pitcher Kaya Renteria. 0 for 3 in this contest. Renteria flew out to left her last time up. She'll hit a gap out to right center field, and this will plate at least one. Archuleta home. Escarinas heads to third, and it is now 7-5 on the RBI double. Runners on second and third with one away. Tumia Enseñas.
Up for the Rough Riders, number 1.
Maddie Klein is in the bullpen throwing for NJC. We saw Klein back in and shut down Luna in order in the 5th yesterday in the second game. McNeil, pitch delivered, ball rolled out to right by Enseñas. They'll get the tying or the second run home. The tying run will stay at third on an RBI single. They held up Renteria.
Up for the Rough Riders, number 3.
Not letting Marissa Reyes have the opportunity to cut her down, and catcher Charlotte Larrabee to the plate. 7-6 NJC lead, still one away in the top of inning number 6. McNeil. First pitch to Larrabee. She pops it up. Mergelman camps and catches for out number 2. Not high enough to get that infield fly rule, so
up for the Rough Riders, number 10, Jalen
runners
Boozer.
Stay at the corners with no potential advancement, and Jalen Boozer, who owns a home run tour credit in this game, steps in. Plainsmen have allowed Luna back within 1. Boozer waves at the first one. She got a piece of it, so it's foul ball and strike 1. McNeil. 0-1. Ball popped up by Boozer. Shallow left field. Jercheski hard charging in. Lays out and makes the catch to end the inning. Plainsmen allowed 2 to cross, but they lead 7-6 to the bottom of the 6th on the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Northeastern Plainsmen leads 7-6 over the Luna Rough Riders. Back for the bottom of inning number 6. Brought to you by Gordon Insurance. Mitigating risk on the farm with your livestock and in your everyday life. 970-526-6139. 7 runs, 9 hits, an error, and 4 left on for the Plainsmen. Luna with 6 runs, 11 hits, 3 errors, and 9 left aboard. 9-1-2, Raina Roberts, Brody Wilcoxon, Marissa Reyes due up for NJC. Roberts, a sac fly to drive in a runner last time up, 0 for 1 in this game. 0 for 3 with a run batted in on the weekend. She watches the first pitch by in the outside corner for strike number 1. And again, swing and a miss, but Renteria left her foot. That back foot, she jumped toward the plate, getting a little extra giddy up on the pitch. That goes as ball 1. She powers one pass that is waved at this time by Roberts, so 1 ball and 1 strike. of note with the hitter of Escontrias in the top of the 6th inning. She had entered in defensively at second and stays there. Foul tip off on the 1-1, 1-2. So the infield, Larrabee behind the dish. Flores at first, Escontrias at second, Archuleta at third, and Hernandez at short. That all happening on the pitching change of Kaya Renteria. Renteria in tight. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, now 3-1 because, again, that foul tip-off was called an illegal pitch, so it's now 3-1. And the visible frustration for Renteria is continuing to mount as the head coach for Luna will come out. You've got to maintain contact with that back foot, that plant foot on your delivery. You can't hop in. I mean, and maintain contact is a very loose term, but you've got to have, a toenail on the dirt on that. And I mean, just that natural underhand pitching, fast pitch softball motion. You're going to have some of that hop, especially when you're shorter in stature like Renteria is. She's trying to get as much giddy up behind the pitch, but she's completely bouncing and essentially jumping toward the plate, and that's why these strikes are becoming balls. So after the coach talks her down, 3-1, whipped in on the feet of Raina Roberts and ends up being a walk, and Roberts will be run for NJC. We've seen a multitude of this over the last little bit, and it'll be Hallie Waldron that will come in. She starts game 1 in doubleheaders in right field as the flex position player. Turns into a courtesy runner here in this one. With NJC up 7-6, that speed is obviously very important. She'll go back to the top of the order, and Brody Wilcoxon. 8 for 13, a homer, and 8 batted in on the weekend.
Number 15, Brody Wilcoxon.
Wilcoxon has drawn 3 walks as well. First pitch in on the feet, and taking off for second is Waldron, and she'll swipe second. So a runner stands in scoring position with NJC up 7-6. In this game, they're 3 for 8 with runners in scoring position. Because the mechanical mishap for Renteria, you got to be patient right now if you're NJC. She's very cognizant of her delivery and now not duplicating her arm mechanics, right? All because she's focused on the lower half mechanics that she's been called for now 4 times in this game for an illegal pitch. 2-0. Rise ball up the ladder, 3-0, and you just sit back right now if you're NJC. Like, you do not need to swing until she proves that she can duplicate that mechanic. Patience is your virtue. 3-0. Up the ladder, ball 4. Wilcoxon draws the walk. That is Brody's 4th walk drawn this weekend. Very good at the plate in that regard. 17 plate appearances. She's got on the base paths 12 times. And Marissa Reyes will step in. Reyes 1 for 3 in this game, so 3 for 15 on the weekend. With 1 run batted in and a run scored, so that gives her 4 runs scored on the weekend. But as I talked about earlier, this is a very visibly frustrated hitter in Reyes because her numbers have been so much better. And you finally started to see she getting back to some of that same stuff again. And I would imagine some of her number issues this weekend are, again, that finger busted up a nail on that right hand. A big time busted up, like affected her pitching busted up. This isn't, I chipped a fingernail or whatever. I mean, it is definitely one that hurts.
Number 1, Marissa Reyes.
And so I would imagine it's probably impacting her swing as well. After the visit to the circle and the visit with the runners, 7-6 NJC. Reyes drops a bunt down, and nobody covering the bag at first turns into a bunt single. Escontrias, who's not played this weekend, out at second. Flores charging as the first base, and no coverage back there, so a bunt single for NJC. Nobody out. Reyes finds her way on. Bases are loaded to Mikey Lamas. Lamas with her team up 7-6. First pitch sails off the plate for ball number 1. Lamas does not have a run batted in this ball game or on the weekend. She is 3 for 9. 1-0, hammered to the backstop foul, 1 ball and 1 strike. Plainswomen, 10 hits again in this game. They were held to 4 hits in the 4-3 walk-off win yesterday. And have exploded offensively since. Pitch lofted back foul on the 1-1 by Lamas, 1-2. Ended up with 13 in game 1 today, 15 in game 2 yesterday, and now 10 here in this one today. Lamas got to find one. It's Renteria. 1-2 winds and fires. Lifted back foul. We'll do it again. Only one arm available, and that was the one that started game 1 today. So Renteria is going to be pitching, one would presume, the rest of the way. 1-2. Up the ladder, 2 balls, 2 strikes with the bases loaded. Nobody out. Bottom 6. Pitch will be popped up by Lamas. Foul territory onto the Luna dugout. Count remains 2-2. NJC's been very aggressive on the base pass the last several years with coaches Smock and Gertner. As soon as that ball was popped up, they're both in Waldron's ear at third like, hey, be ready to advance on a sac fly, essentially. Pitch up and away to Lamas on the 2-2, and the count goes full. Mikey. 3-2. Renteria delivers up the ladder, and she gets her first run batted in of the weekend on an RBI walk. It's now 8-6 NJC, and Kelsey Jurcheski will step to the plate. Jurcheski is looking for her first hit of Sunday. She's 0 for 6, did draw a walk her last time at the plate. She is 2 for 12 on the weekend, 3 runs batted in. She hammers the first one foul territory, right field side, and Ensenius wisely lets it drop down instead of turning it into a sac fly. Even with that first out of the inning, you had no way of stopping Wilcoxon now at third. Wilcoxon at third, Reyes at second, Lamas at first. 8-6 NJC lead. Bottom 6. Renteria. 1-0. Under the elbows of Jurcheski, 1 ball and 1 strike. I would have never gotten to Jurczewski had I just had the spelling of her name. Jurczewsky. Could not have gotten Jurczewski out of that. But most people wouldn't get Blecka out of the spelling of my last name either. Pop-up foul. Right field side on the 1-1, 1-2. Plainswoman looking for another. Renteria. 1-2. Pitch popped up by Jurczewski. Down toward right field. It sits down and skips into foul territory. Tripping as she rounds third is Marissa Reyes. Now they've got her in a pickle. And back to third she goes safely. Throw over to second, and they will get the tag on Reyes, or on Lamas. So it is a single for Jurczewski. So Wilcoxon comes home to make it 9-6. And there will be an out. Reyes is safe at third, I think. And then they'll get Lamas tagged out at second, but the umpires are conversing to determine which out is going to be recorded. As Reyes wound third, trying to come home on a ball that skipped into foul territory, she tripped and fell. Lamas had already advanced to third. They tried to tag Lamas, who was standing on the bag, then went and got Reyes involved in the pickle. She retreats back to third. Lamas retreats back to second. Lamas is tagged out at second. To end that, so at least eye test, that should be the out there, should be runners on the corners. Now both coaches will be pulled in here. The runner at second had advanced to third and tagged the bag at third. So she has to be at third, I believe, is what he's indicating. Now Coach Smock is protesting. I mean, she essentially tagged up and tried to go back to second. If you round a bag and then after retreat, like on a fly ball that's caught, you have to tag the bag that you've tagged while advancing. Again, we're diving down a rabbit hole and meeting a rabbit named Peter that doesn't have any clue what's going on either. We're just trying to make our best guess on pantomime here. Plainswomen do get a run, though, to lead 9-6. On this exchange, no less. Jurczewski with the RBI. I can't get my microphone loud enough to be able to hear the conversation between Coach Smock and the home plate umpire. Everybody's just standing on the bag right now until they await the official word. Flare ball single from Jurczewski out to right, just over the first baseman's head. It's what started all of this conversation. Coach Gertner has gone to second to talk to Mikey Lamas. Now both umpires are having a conversation with Coach Smock. Coach Smock definitely knows every rule in the rule book. She's been around this game an awfully long time. So she's going to exhaust every protest or reason why they have put together here. The only other exchange I could see here is maybe Reyes being out of the base paths when she took a tumble, or obstruction would be, that would be the other option that you have in play here. Left fielder came in to try and help apply the tag after you got into the pickle rounding third. And now, we continue with more explanation. So today we have now narrated the fixing of a base, and now we're attempting to fly blind is the term, but for us in the radio world, fly deaf. We can't hear what's happening on the field. As to which is that case. So runner. This is like playing charades, except Ben's far too sober to succeed at this. It appears that maybe we are now looking at one out, runners on first and third, and it would be Lamas at third. It's 9-6 nonetheless. However, this ends up working out because Wilcoxon did cross. So now the Luna coach is out getting protest. So we have runner at first injured. Is everybody on? Jurcheski is now gone to second. America Griffin will eventually be at the plate. But now the umpires, of all of the options, we had like option A, B, maybe C in this exchange. Jurcheski ending up at second was never an option that I had processed in my brain. And clearly the umpires hadn't either because now they're conversing about it. NJC has Mikey Lamas at third, so Marissa Reyes will be the out recorded on however that pickle went into play. And Lamas has to go to third because she tagged third in advancing in that pickle and then retreated back to the bag at second. So one out. Kelsey Jurcheski gets the RBI single. She's at first. Mikey Lamas ends up at third in what is now a 9-6 ball game. And America Griffin, who is 7 for 12 with a homer and 8 batted in. First pitch she sees, make it 9 batted in. She flares it out to left. Jurcheski goes first to third. And NJC will score Mikey Lamas to make it 10-6 on the RBI single from America Griffin.
At bat number 8, Tatiana Hunt.
So Tatiana Hunt steps in now. 10-6 NJC. She shows bunt, pulls back, throw down to second. Griffin swipes second. Nobody covering the bag, and Jurcheski steals home. So stolen base, 11-6 NJC. Tati Hunt took strike one and still has a runner in scoring position. Jurcheski, who started off this entire foray, now home. 0-1. Pitch popped back by Hunt. 0-2. You've already had America Griffin run for, so you can't pull her out of the game without her having to exit. You only have one re-entry. So she gets a stolen base to her credit. 0-2. Hunt takes it high and tight. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Addison Steele on deck as NJC could potentially end this here in the 6th. With 1 away, up 11-6. 1-2. Ground ball finds its way through. Griffin rounds third. She's headed to the plate. Ball gets past Marina. And it's 12-6 NJC on the RBI. Single with an error or a double, either way. Tatiana Hunt stands in scoring position. And Addison Steele steps up. She has 2 strikeouts and a bunt single to her credit. I believe Coach Gertner is going to ask for a run for Tatiana Hunt, who has not been run for in this game. But I don't think there's anybody that hasn't already been in this game that would normally be a courtesy runner, unless you're putting a backup catcher out there. Bottom 6.
At bat, number 9, Addison Steele.
And Addison Steele will look to do some more damage. Renteria off the plate and all the way off the glove, and Hunt heads to third. Plains them in a 5 spot now in the 6th. Renteria, 1-0. Up the ladder all the way to the backstop. Hot off the backstop. Home on the play comes Tatiana Hunt. Back-to-back miss exchanges between pitcher and catcher make it 13-6. 1 away. Base is now empty. 2-0 on the count to Addison Steele. Renteria with the pitch. Steele watches it by low. 3-0. Ryan Mergelman standing on deck. Three and 0. Renteria, ride down Broadway for strike 1. So 3-1 now. And oh no, pardon me, that was ball. That was illegal pitch on that one in. So Addison Steele gets the walk.
At bat number 13,
on the illegal pitch. 4th illegal pitch of the inning, and Steele, first pitch, takes off, slams on the brakes, and retreats. Ryan Mergelman at the plate. Mergelman's had a great Sunday. 7 for 10 on the series. 5 runs batted in. 6 runs scored. Mergelman watches it by low. 2 balls and no strikes. Renteria. 2-0 offering. Mergelman down the line, but foul for strike number 1. Mergelman, Griffin, Wilcox, and Burt, all with 6, 7, or 8 hits this weekend for NJC. 2-1, swing and a miss for Mergelman. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Steele takes off on the back pick to first, and she'll swipe second. 1 away. And the game-ending run stands 2 bags away. The game NJC trailed 3-0 heading to the bottom of the 3rd. They now are 1 run away from ending in 6. 2-2 pitch, high, 3-2 to Mergelman. 3-2. Foul tip off the glove of Larrabee. Count remains full. Long bottom of the 6th inning because of the base running miss exchange. 3-2. Renteria delivers the pitch off the ladder. Mergelman down on strikes. Out number 2 in the bottom of inning number 6. And it's all on the bat of Raina Roberts if NJC is going to end this one early. Raina Roberts was run for earlier, so she is re-entering in here. Roberts. She scored Courtesy scored a run last inning, or earlier this inning. She led this inning off with the walk. She's also reached on a fielder's choice and driven in a run on a sac fly. Renteria, first pitch to Roberts off the plate for ball 1. So Roberts 0 for 3 with a run batted in and a run scored this weekend. One and 0. She will ground one over to short. Diving play by Hernandez. The throw to first not in time, not even made. Hernandez just ate it. So infield single. Runners stand on the corners and back to the top of the order. And Brody Wilcoxon. Wilcoxon 8 for 13 with a home run and 8 batted in this weekend. 3 runs scored, 4 walks drawn. Addison Steele
at the point, number
stands
15,
down at third as the game-ending run. Wilcoxon has a run batted in and a run scored in this 4th and final game of the series. First pitch in for strike number 1 to Wilcoxon. Oh and 1. Renteria winds and fires. Wilcoxon hammers it back foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Kaya Renteria, 61 pitches into relief. This is just her 2nd inning of work. 0-2. Pitch cued back foul by Wilcoxon. We'll do it again. Two hours and 6 minutes in this game after 2 hours and 2 minutes in the first game. This one has featured far more delays. 0-2. Pitch delivered. Wilcoxon down the third base line off the bag. That is the ball game. Wilcoxon RBI walk-off single for NJC. And the Northeastern Plainswomen finish this one off with a 14-6 victory. 14 runs, 15 hits, an error, and 6 left on for NJC. 6 runs, 11 hits, 3 errors, 9 left aboard for Luna. The player of the game here in this 4th and final game, Brody Wilcoxon, 3 for 4 with 2 runs batted in. She finishes the weekend 9 for 14 with a homer and 9 batted in. But our player of the weekend is America Griffin. 8 for 13, a homer, 9 batted in, 5 runs scored, 2 walks, and a stolen base. Plus, she cut down the big runner in the 7th yesterday and has found herself a great spot behind the plate. NJC has now won 14 in a row and finishes 2026 22-2 at home, the school's best ever record here at Mason Field. For those of you watching on the NJC Athletics YouTube page, stay tuned. We will be celebrating the sophomores once everything is all done and all the meeting in the mound and all that has come to a close. For those of you on 94.5 The Ranch, thanks for tuning in to an exciting weekend. The Northeastern Plainswomen sweep Luna They're in second in the Region 9 softball standings. This is the Eastern Plains Sports Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming out to support this Northeastern Plainswomen's softball team all year long. At this time, we would like to celebrate the sophomores of this 2026 NJC softball team. Our first sophomore, Bianca Tyan. There will never be another Bianca in NJC softball history. Although she was only here for 1 year, it felt like she's a part of the program for much longer. She jumped right in and never backed down from any role given to her. Bianca's hard work and dedication to the program will be deeply missed. Her favorite memory at NJC includes the random late-night side quest to DQ and showering fully clothed for a TikTok with Maddie and Raina. She will miss the community and the people at NJC and the friendships she has built through team and school. Those mean everything to her and were the best part of her experience. Bianca will graduate in May with a degree in animal science and attend the University of Nebraska-Lincoln to complete her major. Our next sophomore is Elise Sissick. Elise has given everything to the NJC softball program the past 2 years, consistently putting her best foot forward and fully embracing every role given to her at NJC. Elise has been one of the best teammates and individuals the program could ask for. Her continued growth through her 2 years was incredible to watch and truly reflects the kind of person she is. Her never-quit attitude and willingness to step in and help with anything will be deeply missed by the NJC softball program. Her favorite memories at NJC include the many side quests the team shared, always making sure there was never a dull moment, and she will miss most about playing this sport alongside teammates she now considers family. Elise is a President's List scholar with a 4.0 GPA and will graduate in May with an associate in science degree. She plans to attend a 4-year university and pursue a degree in biology. Our next sophomore is Hallie Waldron. She has been a key part of the NJC outfield over the past 2 years and known for her speed and never-quit attitude. She's given her all to the program and has showed incredible growth since her first day. Hallie brings a smile to the ballpark every day and will be missed daily by everyone in the program. She is always the first to celebrate her teammates, and the energy she brings to the field each day is truly contagious. Hallie's favorite memories at NJC include special moments, but stepping onto the field with this team every day and the memories they've created together will always stand out. She will miss the atmosphere, the chemistry, and the close bonds built in a short time, as well as the support and love she's felt from her teammates. She will graduate in May with a degree in business and is currently undecided on where she will go from here in her academic career. Our next sophomore is Ryan Mergelman. Merg has given her all to NJC softball and has never taken a day off, whether in the program or in the classroom. Her dedication to NJC softball and the game is truly special. Fighting through an injury every day to give her best is incredibly inspiring. Ryan has played a major role in the team's success this year, both at the plate and at first base, and no one will ever convince Coach G to kiss a pig again, except for you, Merg. Her favorite memories at NJC come from knowing there was never a dull moment with this team and making it nearly impossible to choose just one memory she will forever be grateful for. She will be forever grateful for the sense of family NJC gave her, whether on the softball field trying to fit 20 girls into one cafe table, and the Sterling community has given her the best chapters in her life. Ryan will graduate in May with a degree in agricultural business and has earned a place on the Dean's List. She will continue her academic career at the University of Nebraska-Kearney. Our next sophomore is Raina Roberts. Raina has been a big part of the program's success over the past 2 years, bringing a powerful bat and a never-back-down attitude. She is one of the kindest and most amazing teammates a program could ask for, always the first to volunteer and the first to celebrate others' successes. Raina's approach to the game is truly special, as she never gives up and always gives 100% in any role she is given. There's no one quite like Raina, and she will be deeply missed at NJC. Her favorite softball memories include long bus rides, singing with the team, and many roadside quests along the way. She will miss the Sterling community, the NJC softball program, and the family she built in good old Sterling. The Dirty Stir will always hold a special place in her heart. Raina is one player this program will never forget and be missed every day. She will graduate in May with a degree in agricultural business and has earned a place on the Dean's List. She will continue her academic career at the University of Wyoming. Our next sophomore is our homegrown sophomore, Addison Steele. She's spent more hours than anyone at this amazing Mason field. The growth she has shown over the past 2 years as a starting second baseman has been nothing short of incredible. She deserves all the credit, and she has been a huge part of this team's success this year at the plate and on the field. Her toughness will be deeply missed. Her favorite NJC softball memory is hitting a home run her freshman year in Las Vegas. She will miss most her NJC teammates and the late nights and crazy road trips they shared. She will also miss playing softball for her hometown and being able to see her family every day, something she considers one of her biggest gifts that NJC softball has given her. She is grateful to Coach G for the opportunity to play the game she loves. She will graduate in May with a 3.5 GPA and attend Grand Canyon University to pursue a Bachelor's of Science in Exercise Science. Our next sophomore is Maddie Klein. She has been a force in the circle for NJC over the past 2 years and has grown tremendously in her time at Northeastern, both on the field and in the classroom. Her dedication to pitching as a craft has been a major reason for the team's success. Maddie's competitive dog mentality in the circle will be greatly missed by NJC. Her favorite memories at NJC include the moments when the whole team was simply hanging out, being themselves, and not worrying about others' thoughts. From the first day at NJC to now, she has loved every moment with her teammates. She will miss the people she has grown close to, the late-night side quests, whether that meant trips to 7-Eleven at 2 a.m. or going to the field at sunset just to spend time together. She is grateful to her parents for their constant support and belief in her. Maddie will graduate in May with a 3.0 GPA in general studies. Our next sophomore is Kelsey Jercheski. Kelsey has been a 2-year starter for the NJC softball team in left field and was named All-Region her freshman year. Her hard work on and off the field will be truly missed by the program. She's never taken a day off and has been consistently brought her best every time she stepped onto the field. Kelsey has been a big part of the team's success this year, both at the plate and on the field, not to mention the big walk-off hit in Game 1 yesterday. Her favorite NJC memory was hitting a 3-run home run at home against North Platte after the pitcher told the team to keep it classy. She will miss her teammates and the lifelong friendship she has built over the last 2 years. Kelsey will graduate NJC on the Dean's List with an Associate's in Science and will continue her academic and softball career at a 4-year university of her choosing in May. Our next sophomore is Mikey Lamas. Big Mike has started every game over the past 2 years in a plainswoman uniform in center field. She was named All-Region her freshman year at NJC. If she is not on the field, you can always find her in the weight room preparing for her next opportunity. No one works harder than Mikey Lamas, and it shows every day in practice and on game days. Her dedication to the team and the game will be deeply missed at NJC, and those signature dirty looks everyone gets at least once a day, not so much. Yeah, they'll definitely be missed too. Mikey's favorite memories at NJC are the away games and traveling together. No matter where they were or where they were going, good or bad, it was always fun to be with the team. Never a dull moment. The roadside quests have made everything more memorable. She'll miss the team chemistry and the second family they built together, the laughter, the inside jokes, and the closeness that they share. That will be something she will forever carry long after NJC. Mikey will graduate in May with a degree in business management and will attend a 4-year university of her choosing in both her academic and softball career. And our next sophomore is Tatiana Hunt. Tati has truly been a leader for the NJC team over the past 2 years, even as a freshman. She could always be counted on to take care of Coach G on the road, making sure everyone was fed and that the team stayed on schedule. A 2-year starter at third base and behind the plate, Tatiana has shown nothing but a pure grit. She led the team in home runs as a freshman and has hit several memorable home runs for the black and gold. She is a true example of what NJC softball represents, bringing your A game in both practices and games. She's kept the team aligned over the last 2 years and consistently demonstrated what it means to be a leader and a true teammate. Her favorite memory at NJC is coming back and beating teams they lost to their freshman year and having fun and talking smack along the way. She will graduate in May with the President's List and a 4.0 GPA and a degree in business. Tatiana will continue her academic and athletic career at a 4-year university of her choosing. From Coach G and Coach Smock, this group of sophomores has meant more to this program than words can fully express. Over the past 2 years, they've set the standard on what it means to wear the NJC uniform with toughness and heart and a commitment to something bigger than themselves. You have represented the black and gold better than any class we have seen come through this program in 10 years. They show up every day, ready to work, pushing each other to be better, and building a culture that will last long after they leave. What stands out most is not just what they accomplished on the field, but the way they carried themselves as teammates, leaders, and people. This team became a family. The long bus rides, the late nights, early mornings, and all the side quests in between are the moments that built something special. Those are memories that will stick and bonds that won't fade. Before we close, we would like to take a moment to recognize and thank those who play such an important role in our program. A big thank you to our Assistant Athletic Director, Trevor Chintala, for announcing our home games and bringing every moment. Thank you to Ben Blecka for covering our games on the radio and across social media, helping share our story with the community. We are incredibly grateful to our athletic trainer, Emma, for taking such great care of our players on game days and before and after every practice. Your dedication does not go unnoticed. Thank you to Gabe, Vern, Bronson, Colby, and everybody for safely getting us where we need to be and supporting us on the road. And a very special thank you goes out to Perry and Roma Mason for showing up to every NJC practice, rain or snow, and supporting us at every game. There is a reason this field is named after you, and we are so thankful for everything you have done for this program. And a final thank you to the NJC parents for trusting us with your daughters and blessing our program with such incredible student athletes and human beings. To this sophomore class, we thank you for everything you have given to this program. You have left your mark on NJC softball, and you will always be a part of this family. We are proud of you, and we can't wait to see what you accomplish next. Once a Plainswoman, always a Plainswoman. Ladies and gentlemen, our class of 2026.